What if I told you the Falcons are one player away from having an elite defense? One move, one addition, could take them from pretty good to downright terrifying. The bye week might be quiet on the field, but behind the scenes, Atlanta's front office could be plotting something big, because this defense is close. Really close. No game this week. No touchdowns, no highlights, just silence in Atlanta. But that silence feels dangerous. Because the Falcons are sitting at a crossroads. The defense has been tough, fast, and improving, but it's missing that one final piece that turns a strong unit into something elite. Think about it. They're not far behind teams like the Eagles or Broncos, defenses known for breaking quarterbacks and dictating games. Atlanta is right there. They've got the speed, the swagger, and the system. What they need now is that missing link, that cornerback who locks down the field and gives the pass rush time to feast. Let's talk about that corner spot, the CB2 role. Every Falcons fan can see it. A.J. Terrell holds down one side like a fortress, but the other? It's been a revolving door. You can't become an elite defense until both corners strike fear into opposing QBs. That's why one name keeps coming up, Jourdan Lewis. If you've followed the league closely, you know who he is, a veteran who's quietly having one of the best seasons of his career. Drafted by Dallas back in 2017, he spent years as a reliable piece in their secondary before landing in Jacksonville this past offseason. And this year? He's been electric. Lewis isn't just playing well, he's dominating. After Week 4, the advanced metrics are wild. A 25.9 passer rating allowed, best in the entire NFL. Just 3.9 yards per target, again, best in the league. 0 touchdowns allowed. 2 interceptions. A minus 24.5% catch rate allowed over expected. Every number screams the same thing. This guy's a problem for quarterbacks. And here's where things get interesting for Atlanta, because Lewis fits perfectly in what Jeff Ulbrich wants to do. The Falcons run zone coverage about 76% of the time, blitz like madmen, and still don't give up big plays. The Jaguars, Lewis's current team, run zone even more 82% of the time. That means he's already thriving in the exact system the Falcons love to use. It's almost too perfect. A team with a fast, aggressive defense. A corner who excels in that very style. The stars are lining up. Maybe this isn't just a mid-season idea. Maybe this is the kind of move that turns a good defense into a legendary one for 2025 and beyond. So, here's the question for every Falcons fan watching right now. If Atlanta added Jourdan Lewis, do you think this defense becomes elite? Drop your confidence rating below, 1 to 10. Let's see how many of you believe this could be the missing piece. The trade deadline is coming. Week 9, that point in the season when contenders separate from pretenders. And if the Falcons truly believe they're ready to make a playoff push, this is the moment to go all in. Because sometimes, one smart trade isn't just a move, it's the spark that changes everything. Right now, Atlanta's defense is already strong. The corners are holding their ground, and the stats prove it. On the outside, they're giving up just 7.7 yards per throw, 10th best in the league. That's solid coverage. But in the slot? That number jumps to 7 yards per throw, ranking only 18th. It's good, but not elite. Against tight ends, though? Incredible. Just 4.6 yards per throw allowed, third best in the entire NFL. That tells you something, this defense is close. But there's still a gap in that slot and outside corner rotation, and that's where Jourdan Lewis could completely change the picture. Now, Lewis is known primarily as a nickel corner, and he's one of the best in that role. But here's the fun part, he's flexible. He's played plenty of snaps on the outside during his time in Dallas, and he's more than capable of holding that ground again. Imagine this lineup for a second, A.J. Terrell, locking down one side like always. Billy Bowman, the young playmaker who brings speed and energy. And now Jourdan Lewis, stepping in as that hybrid chess piece who can play anywhere you need him. You could keep Bowman inside and move Lewis out wide. Or if the Falcons wanted to get creative, slide Bowman outside, bench Mike Hughes, and let Lewis take over the slot full-time. Either way, that trio, Terrell, Lewis, Bowman, could become one of the most complete corner groups in the NFC. Think about what that means: tighter coverage, fewer holes in zone defense, and a lot more trust for those blitz-heavy looks that Jeff Ulbrich loves to run. It's the kind of move that screams, win now. So, Falcons fans, let's be real. If Week 9 rolls around and Atlanta's sitting near the top of the division, would you make that move? Would you trade for Jordan Lewis and push this defense into elite territory? Drop your take below. Would you pull the trigger or stay patient for the draft? Because right now, one bold decision could define the entire second half of the season. Let's shift gears. Because while trades might define the present, the draft defines the future. And the name that's quietly starting to buzz among scouts, one that Falcons fans need to know, is Germad McCoy, cornerback from the University of Tennessee. Yeah, I can already hear the Georgia fans groaning, but stay with me. McCoy isn't just another college name on a draft board. He's a potential game-changer for Atlanta's secondary. Let's start with the basics. McCoy is an outside corner who thrives in zone coverage, and that's a perfect fit for the Falcons' defensive identity. They love to run zone, disguise blitzes, and make quarterbacks second-guess everything. McCoy checks every box for that style. He's instinctive, physical, and has one of the sharpest football IQs in college football. Before his injury, the numbers spoke for themselves. In 2024, he posted 44 tackles, 9 pass breakups, 4 interceptions, and an 89.6 coverage grade. That's elite-level production for a player who was only scratching the surface of his potential. His film shows incredible awareness, reading routes before they even develop, jumping passing lanes, and showing patience beyond his years. Now, yes, there's one concern. He tore his ACL back in January. That's the reason he hasn't played in 2025. But here's the thing, this isn't 2005 anymore. Medical recovery from ACL injuries has evolved massively. Dozens of players have come back even stronger than before. McCoy is young, resilient, and built for a comeback. He's already been working through rehab, and early reports say he's right on track. What makes McCoy special isn't just the numbers, it's his mind. Coaches say he's one of the smartest corners they've ever seen. He studies tape like a veteran, diagnoses plays in seconds, and knows how to bait quarterbacks into mistakes. That kind of mental edge can't be taught. And when scouts compare him to Jaquan J. Barron of the Denver Broncos, it makes perfect sense. Both are rangy, versatile, and play with that controlled aggression every great corner needs. Barron operates mostly in the slot, while McCoy excels outside, but the instincts, the confidence, and the anticipation? Nearly identical. If McCoy fully recovers, you're looking at a potential CB1 in the NFL, not just a solid player, but a defensive centerpiece for years. Projected draft range? Mid to late first round, right around where Atlanta could be picking if they stay competitive. That timing feels almost poetic. Because if the Falcons want to lock in a long-term partner for A.J. Terrell, someone who can grow with this defense, and maybe even lead it one day, Germad McCoy might just be that guy. So, here's the question, Falcons fans. Would you take the risk on Germad McCoy, a corner coming off injury, but with the lead upside and the intelligence to anchor your defense for years? Drop your thoughts below. Would you roll the dice on potential greatness, or play it safe in the draft? Let's be real. If the Falcons wanted to make a move right now, they could. But here's the question. Do you sacrifice draft capital for an immediate fix, or do you hold the line and build through the draft? If Atlanta somehow manages to trade for a first-round pick, Germad McCoy feels like a no-brainer. But even if they can't, even if that ACL injury pushes him into the second round, I'm still taking that gamble. Because when you see that kind of talent, you don't pass it up. Period. But let's say the front office isn't ready to wait. Let's say they want a player who can help today. That's when the conversation shifts to a name that's been floating around trade circles. Riq Woolen of the Seattle Seahawks. Now, on paper, Woolen looks like the dream trade target. A 6 feet 4 inches corner with elite athleticism, long arms, and pass production that once had the league buzzing. His rookie year in 2022? Unreal. 63 tackles, 16 pass breakups, 6 interceptions. Those numbers scream star. But here's the problem. Every season since then, his performance has slipped. The tape shows it. The metrics show it. Even Seattle insiders admit it. Woolen's trending downward. His PFF grade this season? Around 40.0 overall. That's rough. His tackling's been shaky, his coverage inconsistent, and while he's still fast, younger corners in Seattle have started to outplay him. He's entering a contract year, and Seattle doesn't want to pay. Which means one thing: he's available. So now it's a classic Falcons dilemma. Do you chase potential or protect your future picks? Woolen could offer short-term depth and experience, maybe even push Mike Hughes down the rotation. But at what cost? Seattle reportedly wants a 4th-round pick, and honestly, that feels steep. Maybe you offer a 6th if you're desperate, but anything more would be overpaying for a player who's lost momentum. Let's stack it up. Jordan Lewis, proven veteran, thriving in zone, fits the Falcons perfectly. Germad McCoy, young, brilliant, 1st-round potential if the knee holds up. Riq Woolen, physical upside, but inconsistent and trending down. If I'm the Falcons, the choice is clear. Lewis gives you immediate help and consistency. McCoy gives you long-term hope. Woolen? He's the wild card, a gamble that might not pay off.